Good people of YouTube, my name is Spanner and welcome back to Hearthstone. It's the final week of the Blackrock Mountain adventure, and as usual I will be showing you my strategies on how to defeat all the bosses of this final wing in heroic mode. So we'll start by taking a look at the deck lists that I used and some general information about the fight, and then we'll jump into some gameplay. Alright, so the first boss of the hidden laboratory is called Omnotron Defense System, and it has a pretty interesting hero power. He has a total of 5 hero powers. He'll start with 1 and then he'll start cycling through them. So he'll start with a 0 mana 1 called Activate Arcanotron, and it does exactly as the name implies, activates an Arcanotron. I will be going more into these special units in a bit. So after he uses this one, it gets replaced by the next one. It costs 2 mana and it's called Activate Toxitron, and again, it does exactly what the name implies, activates a Toxitron. It then gets replaced by the next one in line, which is the Activate Electron and costs 4 mana. And then it gets replaced by another one, 6 mana, Activate Magmatron, and finally it gets replaced by just Activate, costs 2 mana and activates a random Tron. Now, what is a Tron? What are these Electron, Toxitrons units that I've been talking about? So, these are special units, they are all mechs, and they're units specific to this boss. So the Arcanotron, which is the first one, it's a 0 mana 2/2, and it has the special text, both players have spell damage +2. Then we have the Toxitron, which is a 1 mana 4/4, and it says at the start of your turn, deal 1 damage to all other minions. Then we have the Electron, which is a 3 mana 6/6 and makes all spells cost 3 mana less. And finally we have Magmatron. It's a 5 mana 8/8 and it says whenever a player plays a card, Magmatron deals 2 damage to them. Okay, so these are the boss's special units that he can make through his hero power. So he will make these units in order: first Arcanotron, Toxitron, Electron and Magmatron, and finally once he gets the activate power he can activate a random one. Okay, so that's it for the hero power. Now, some cards that this boss uses: he has a 0 mana spell called Recharge, and he can fill all empty mana crystals. So he'll spend all his mana, cast Recharge, and he gets to spend all his mana again. He also has a special unit, which I think it's used by another boss in this swing, called Magmaw, a 5 mana 10/2 with Taunt. Not very impressive, but if you can't get rid of him, well, that's a lot of damage. And these are basically the noteworthy cards. He runs a mech-based deck with things like Mech Warper, Micro Machines, a lot of mech-based cards. Not very impressive overall, the contents of the deck, but the special units really make up for it. So, to defeat this boss I used this paladin right here, and it's basically just one of those paladin decks that appeared after Goblins vs Gnomes with the Muster for Battle and Quartermasters. Nothing really interesting, I guess. Nothing new that I made to deal with this guy. So we have some Zombie Chows, Equality, Knife Juggler, Shielded Minibots, Muster for Battle, Eldor Peacekeeper, One Big Game Hunter, 2 True Silver Champions, 2 Consecrations, 2 Piloted Shredders, 1 Antique Healbot, 1 Dragon Consort, 2 Quartermasters, 2 Sludge Belchers, 1 Dr. Boom, 1 Guardian of Kings, 1 Lion Hands, 1 Tyrion Fordring, and 1 Ysera. So nothing really out of the ordinary, although I guess I have the Ysera here and the Dragon Consort to have some synergy between them, but yeah, this one worked. So let's take a look at the gameplay, shall we?
Uther versus Omnotron Defense System.
Intruders detected.
I will fight with honor.
Not the best starting hand, although the Eldor Peacekeeper will be nice for the Magmatrons eventually.
Primary defense matrix initiated.
I kinda want a Consecration because of this guy. 2 spell damage turns it into... ah, perfect. I'm actually not going to play anything.
Toxitron unit activated. Rerouting excess energy.
Please play more things. Oh, I can even play the Consecration right now. Beautiful. Not as much value as I wanted, but still pretty good.
Electron unit activated.
Now the Electron gets all spells to cost 3 less. Luckily it does not have any AoE. And I don't have an answer to the Magmatron yet.
I can fix anything.
Well, this is kind of an answer, I guess. Do I consecrate or do I just play Tyrion? I guess I consecrate and clear. It's just going to use the Magmatron next turn anyway.
Tron unit activated.
Ooh, Ysera. But Ysera will make me play a bunch of cards. Let's get this one first.
Put your faith in the light.
Remember that the Magmatron will deal 2 damage for any cards played to any player.
Defense unit online.
Another one. Let's see, I'm kinda tempted to leave both of them alive. But he does not have enough cards to deal significant damage to himself. Guess I will kill this one first. Oh wait, did I have lethal? Supposed to be 10, 16, no.
Reporting for duty.
But I guess we can set up. Let's kill this one to ensure he does not use these two to kill Tyrion. And that he has to run the Magmatron. Another one. Please play more cards. Oh, perfect. I thank you for your aids. Now I believe I do have lethal. 5 plus 5, yeah.
To arms, men, for justice. The battle! The battle!
Perfect.
You've saved me some hefty repair costs. Thanks.
Okay, the second boss is called Maloriak, and he has a passive hero power called the Alchemist. So his hero power is always active, and it makes it so when you play minion, its attack and health values are swapped. And for his minions it works the same, except his minions also get +2/+2 after the swapping. So how does this work in relation to minions with battle cries? Let's say you play an injured Blade Master, which is a 4/7 minion, usually, and it has a battle cry that makes the minion deal 4 damage to itself. So when you play it, it's 4/3. So how does it work with this hero power? So the hero power works before the battle cry. So you play the Injured Blade Master, it's a 4/7. The attack and health values are swapped, so it becomes a 7/4. And then the battle cry triggers, dealing 4 damage to itself, and it dies. So be careful when playing minions with that type of battle cry. On to his special cards, he has a 2-mana spell called Release the Aberrations, which summons 3 aberrations. An aberration is a 1-mana 1/1 with charge, and he summons 3 of them. In conjunction with his hero power, they become a 3/3 with charge, so basically 9 damage to your face for 2 mana. And that's basically it. He runs the 2 other noteworthy cards, in my opinion, that he runs are 2 Mage Secrets, 2 counter spells, and 2 duplicates. So on to the deck. I went with the Warlock, and we have a wide variety of minions here. We have some Power Overwhelmings, because they're always useful, and they're a cheap spell. You might want to use this to break a counter spell. Void Walkers because they become 3/1s, Zombie Chows because they become 3/2s. And in my experience, he runs some minions which end up with 3 or so health, so having some early game that ends up with 3 attack is useful. Some Dark Bombs, Nerubian Eggs because since the attack and health swap, they immediately break, becoming a 4/4. Big Game Hunters because his minions are super buffed, and it might be easier to land one of these. Imp Gang Boss, Mind Control Tech. Sometimes his board can get out of control, that's why I have Mind Control Tech, and some Shadow Flames, which also combo very nicely with Power Overwhelming. Defender of Argus, 2 Kazan Mystics to help me deal with his secrets, 2 Void Callers, 2 Sludge Belchers. Now his hero power will also work on the slimes, so they become a 2/1. Sylvanas, a Black Knight, he also runs some Belchers himself, so this is useful to get rid of them because they end up really powerful. And then we have some Jaraxes, Malganas, and 2 Molten Giants.
Gul'dan versus Maloriak.
There can be no disruption.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, I'll keep the Void Walker. And nothing great.
Mustn't keep the master waiting. Mustn't fail again.
Maloriak, try not to lose to this mortal.
So as you can see here, he first swaps the attack and the health, and then adds the 2/2.
Job's done.
Although I guess it works the opposite way as well. Let's get this one out. If you can get your axes, it's a 15-3. That kind of works as a target for Big Game Hunter.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Here we go. Well, if he copies Jirax's, it's... Oh. That's right, he copies and then switches. I can't deal with that. I can, but I would have to use my own Jirax's, and I don't want to do that.
My shield for Argus. My victims will be your downfall.
It's gonna kill my Jirax's. Well, let's steal the secret. It's probably duplicates. Yes. What? Oh, it's only for friendly minions. That's right. I can't big game it, unfortunately. Oh, but I can big game that one.
I've got the beast in my sights.
Okay, we got 5, 6, 10. Exact lethal.
The light does not discriminate.
Gotcha.
Perfect. Not even 2 Jiraxes could stop us. Or Jiraxes, whatever the plural is.
To commemorate this moment, slayer of stupid, incompetent, and disappointing minions. Yes, that fits.
Okay, the next boss is called Atramedes. His hero power costs 0 mana in heroic modes, and it's called Echolocate. Equip a weapon that grows as your opponent plays cards. And said weapon is this one, Dragon Teeth. A 1 mana 0/6 weapon. Whenever your opponent plays a card, gain +1 attack. So it starts harmless and can grow into a really strong weapon. He also runs that card that we saw previously, Magmaw, the 10-2 taunt for 5 mana, and a special card for 4 mana called Sonic Breath. Deal 3 damage to a minion, give your weapon plus 3 attack. And he has a couple of other cards. It's mostly the deck is mostly dragon based, as we've seen in other bosses previously, and he also runs Onyxia. That's a card that caught me off guard. Yeah, other than that, nothing really that impressive. So his main gimmick is the weapon. So how do you get rid of a weapon? You either break it or you freeze the user, and that's what I'm going for here. Going with some sort of freeze mage to make him not be able to use the weapon. So he got 2 Frostbolts, 2 Acidic Swamp Oozes to break the weapon. I usually use these after he uses his Sonic Breath spell, or once the weapon is really powerful, if I can't freeze him. Some Doomsayers, Snow Chuggers to freeze Atramedes, some Arcane Intellects to draw some cards, duplicates, so you can get more Snow Chuggers and more Water Elementals over here. 2 Death Lords, 2 Fireballs, 2 Azure Drakes, 2 Sludge Belchers, 2 Blizzards, 2 Sunwalkers, and 2 Flame Strikes. Running a couple of taunts here because they stop his weapon. So the main objective is to freeze him and make his weapon useless, and just control the boards with spells and the other minions.
Jaina versus Atramedes!
I hear your heart.
Okay, Snow Chugger, pretty nice.
You asked for it.
I'd even keep the Doomsayer, because at the start he probably is not able to kill it.
Death waits in the dark.
Another card that you could probably use is Harrison Jones if you have him, but bear in mind that his weapon is a 0/6, so be careful with overdrawing. Let the freezing begin.
I hear you.
He'll probably kill my Snow Chugger though. No matter what I do here, so let's draw some cards, 2 Blizzards.
My work is paramount.
I would prefer a what's it called? A Frost Nova, that's it. So it's currently a 2/5. So let's freeze him.
I hear your heart beating. You cannot escape.
And I guess we can use an ooze here. Should have cast duplicate first. My bad. Well, I don't really want to duplicate. Well, it works. He can only get a new weapon on his turn. Ah, Magmaw.
Your clumsy footsteps and foul stench give you away.
Bit of a waste to use an ooze there. A blizzard, I mean. And now I keep him frozen. Hopefully forever. Now we start the minion freezing. Let's get this Twilight Drake ready for a Flame Strike.
For Blackrock!
You love my new recipe. Justice shall.
Let's see, how much damage do I have? 7. Oh, and there's an Ixia. 7, 9, plus 4, plus 6. So 15? Almost. Good Flame Strike right here. Yeah, let's do it. The Nixia will live, but she can't get past the taunt. And I'll get another Sunwalker.
You cannot hide.
Well, I have some bad news for you. That will not help you. So there you go. This boss, if you're well prepared, not that hard.
Kill the blind dragon. You should be ashamed.
And now for the final boss, Nefarian. Once more. Now, this time Nefarian is a bit more interesting. He has 3 different phases. He starts at 30 armor and 30 health, and once you break the armor, Nefarian will fly up and be replaced by his sister Onyxia. Onyxia has 30 health. Once you kill Onyxia, Nefarian will come back down and then you kill him. If I'm not mistaken, he will be at the same health you left him with once he flew up the first time. So first phase, he has hero power for 2 mana called Bone Minions, and he summons 2 4/2 Bone Constructs. Now this can get really out of hand. And it's the same hero power for the third phase. Now during the second phase, where you fight Onyxia, the hero power is called Nefarian Strikes for 0 mana, and he rains fire from above. He'll start throwing down some fireballs at you that do 1 damage. He starts with 1 fireball that deals 1 damage to you. Then next turn he'll do 2 fireballs for 2 damage. Then I think he goes to 1 fireball again, and then to 3. So you'll be taking a bit of damage to the face during the Onyxia phase. Also during Onyxia, she has a special weapon called the Onyxia Claw, which is a 2 mana, 2 attack, 6 durability weapon. Now for Nefarian, he also has a special boss card called Lava. For 2 mana, deals 2 damage to all minions. Could be pretty useful because his hero power summons minions with 2 health. So it could help you a lot. Other than that, he runs a dragon-based deck. And he also has the same card from Last Wing called Tail Swipe. 4 damage for 4 mana. And he runs other cards such as Chromagus. But 2 of the cards you should be wary of are Power Overwhelming. He runs 2 of those, and 8 damage out of nowhere is could be very bad. And he also runs 2 Shadow Flames, so he actually has some form of board clear. Now, I think that pretty much covers it. Oh, there's one more thing. When you end phase 2 and kill Onyxia, when Nefarian comes back down, he will kill every single one of your minions. So keep that in mind. Okay, so for Nefarian, I went with this mage deck, a bit of a fatigue mage, trying to control the boards and make him reach fatigue first. So we have 2 Frostbolts, 2 Doomsayers, 2 Explosive Sheep. These will be very useful to deal with the minions that his hero power summons. 2 Duplicates, 2 Frost Novas, 1 Ice Barrier, 1 Mirror Entity, 2 Cold Light Oracles, 2 Death Lords, 1 Echo of Medivh, 2 Fireballs and 1 Polymorph, 2 Antique Healbots, 2 Sludge Belchers, 2 Blizzards, 2 Flame Strikes, 1 Alexstrasza, and this one is it's more of a tech cards, Kel'Thuzad. So if you have a bunch of minions on your side of the boards at the end of phase 2, when Nefarian kills them all, if you play Kel'Thuzad, you can revive them. So it's only here because of that, and because if you can keep, it helps your minions deal with his hero power once you run out of spells, for example. And that's pretty much it, I guess. So let's jump into the final fight.
Jaina versus Nefarian! Again!
You made it to the glorious finale.
Okay, this hand, terrible.
For it.
Explosive Sheep, perfect.
My ultimate
Cold Light Oracle, also pretty nice. Let's see, do I want to play this now? Not yet.
my shadow flame animates their bones.
We're gonna take some damage, but so be it. I can't kill that. Guess I could Frost Nova. The Frost Nova doesn't do much. Okay, 2 Explosive Sheep. I think we should draw some cards. Doomsayer, nice. And now I can start the blizzards. Taking a lot of damage here. Okay, I can't stall much longer. Guess I can play Duplicate as well. Oh, Shadow Flame. Forgot about that. Did he Shadow Flame the wrong minion?
My work is paramount. Leave me alone.
He's got 8 cards, we can make him burn some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't want to duplicate because then we'll get 2 Belchers and I'll burn the cards. I guess I'll do this. And he'll burn a Soulfire. And discarded the Power Overwhelming. Nice. Okay, this is our polymorph target. I have 9 cards. I don't want to play the duplicate here.
I hope you can swim in molten lava.
And no dragons in hand. Okay, 10 cards. Let's use a sheep. So now we are at 10 cards again. Let's use a Frostbolt. He's almost out of cards. And so are we. Can ping this one next turn. That's a lot of damage, but that dies anyway. Play Sludge Belcher and the duplicate.
My hand is too full.
Oh, I burned the card. I didn't do that right. Should have used the Frostbolt on the egg first. Well, no matter. Shadow Flame will not work. Oh, that will. So I'll have to Flame Strike. I want to play a bunch of stuff, then play Kel'Thuzad, so we can revive our Belchers and then Echo of Medivh. So we can get an extra KT. Okay. He's out of cards. But so are we.
I'm out of cards.
That's right, there's that stupid bug. I forgot about that. Forgot about the stupid bug where the bosses will not attack a taunt if Kel'Thuzad is behind the taunt. Okay, let's switch phases. Otherwise I'll die to fatigue too. Okay, we broke the armor, so here comes Onyxia. Can actually use Alexstrasza on her to make this a bit quicker. Yeah, this bug is stupid. I actually forgot about that. Okay, so he's gonna kill everything. So I might as well break a couple of things while I'm at it. And we have sufficient mana to cast Kel'Thuzad. Okay, so here comes phase 3. Now he'll kill everything. Now we'll KT again. Well, this makes the fight a bit boring. But so be it. Alright everyone, and with this, it is time to say goodbye. We have ended Blackrock Mountain in heroic modes. It was fun, except third week. Third week was just awful, very RNG based, more so than usual, but other than that, the bosses were pretty cool, some neat mechanics, especially in these past 2 wings. Those were fun. But alas, it's over. We've conquered the mountain, and it's time to say goodbye. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed these 5 videos of the Blackrock Mountain adventure, and I'll see you all next time.